another episode of The Office Hours. In this episode, we're going to be doing another lesson on NetworkLessons.com on OSPF passive interfaces. So when you use the network command in OSPF, two things will happen. All interfaces that have a network that falls within the range of the network command will be advertised in OSPF. The OSPF hello packets are sent on these interfaces. Sometimes it's undesirable to send OSPF hello packets on certain interfaces. So we have this topology right here that I copied over to GNS3. I suppose the scenario that we're going to look at is where the network 192.168.10/24 is inside or is being advertised in OSPF for area 0. And the problem with that is we don't really want to send hello packets in this direction because there's no other routers here, right? There's nobody else participating in OSPF. So let's see what we're gonna do. So for R1 and R2, they're configured with OSPF. Excuse me. R1 is connected to networks 192.168.10/24, which has some computers connected to a switch. R1 wants to advertise this network to R2. Once we use this network command to advertise this network in OSPF, R1 will send OSPF hello packets towards the switch. This is a bad idea, first of all, because there's no routers on this network, but it's also a security risk. If someone on a computer starts an application that replies to OSPF hello packets, then R1 will try to become its neighbor. An attacker could advertise fake routes using this technique. To prevent this from happening, we use the passive interface command. This command tells OSPF not to send hello packets on certain interfaces. Alright, so down to configurations. So I configured only the interfaces with IP address, but I didn't configure OSPF yet, so let's do that right now. Router OSPF 1. Advertise the 192.168.12.0 wildcard mask /24 area 0, and we'll also advertise this network out. And then over at R2, we will configure OSPF as well. And it looks like I already did what I need to do at R2, so that should be good. In that case, let's do show IP OSPF neighbor. Okay, cool. Alright, so over at R2, we're going to do show route IP show IP route OSPF, and we see the 192.168.10/24 subnet being advertised from R1. So this is where we're at, and this is great, but a side effect of this configuration is that R1 will send hello packets on its fast Ethernet 0/1 interface. We can see this with a debug. So going back to R1, do debug IP OSPF hello, and over here it says it received a hello from router 2, and then we're going to send hello to a multicast address on fast Ethernet 00 to R2. We're also going to send a hello message to the same multicast address to FA01, which is this interface, which does not have any routers. So to fix this, we will go to the router configurations, router OSPF 1. We're going to issue a global command, passive interface fast Ethernet 01, and I'm going to do show IP protocols, and it should say something about one of the interfaces being passive right here. So there's passive interfaces, and that is this interface right here. And that looks like it's it for this top part. If you have many interfaces, then it might be annoying to configure each of them as a passive interface. For example, let's imagine R1 is used as a router on a excuse me, for VLANs that are configured on the switch. If it will have many sub interfaces, on each of those it will send OSPF hello packets. So what you can also do is you can make it so that all interfaces are default by, or passive, all interfaces are passive by default, and you could do a no passive interfaces on the interfaces that you want the router to send hello packets out to. I'm not going to do this in lab because it's pretty self-explanatory. The configuration above will make all interfaces passive, and you have to tell the router which interfaces should send OSPF hello packets. This is easier, and it will prevent OSPF from sending hello packets when someone creates a new sub-interface and forgets to make it passive. Down here we have rip in EIGRP also support the passive interface command. It works similar to EIGRP, but rip works a bit different. It doesn't create neighbor adjacencies, so it just suppresses route advertisements on the passive interfaces. That looks like it's it for this lesson. I'm going to start another one for the next lesson, which looks like it's going to be on troubleshooting OSPF neighbor adjacencies. Thank you for watching.